Hi everyone! In this video we're going to see how to configure and use YITH WooCommerce Watermark version 3.0. With this plugin you can add watermarks and logos to your product images to protect them with just a few clicks. It's really easy to use and you won't have to go through the long boring process of editing all your product images. Before we get into it, let me remind you that we'll list the links to the plugin, documentation, and live demo description below so you can go ahead and check it out. And now let's get to it. With this plugin, you can apply watermarks globally to all your product images or to those of selected categories, and even apply different watermarks at a product level. For example, here we have lots of different watermarks applied. We have image watermarks, we have text watermarks. We can create different types of text or image watermarks to protect our own images from being used by someone else. Let's go to the dashboard to see how to configure and use the plugin. Let's go to YITH Watermark. Great, so here we have the plugin dashboard and we're going to find these sections: watermarks, general options, your store tools, help, and the option to collapse this menu. First, let's go to general options. Here we're going to find global options to set the plugin behavior. And here we can set the assignment mode. We have Ajax or schedule. If we choose Ajax, then watermarks will be immediately applied to all the images. This is a process that cannot be stopped and might take longer. And if we choose schedule instead, watermarks will be applied in the background and not all of the watermarks will be visible at the same time, but they will when the process is over. Let's select schedule. Then we have images quality. Here we can enter a value from 0 to 100. The higher the value, the higher the quality. And it only works with JPG and PNG images. In this case, entering 100 means the plugin will keep the original quality of the images. Anything lower will reduce it. Then with the reset and regenerate thumbnails option, we can remove all product images that have watermarks and the thumbnails will be regenerated. If I click on it, I get this message asking for confirmation and reminding me that this process cannot be undone. Let's cancel this. And last, we can enable log so the plugin generates a list of applied actions which can be useful for developers and to provide technical support. I'm going to save these options. Options saved. Then as usual, we have your store tools where we can find additional tools to improve user experience, increase conversions, and loyalize customers. We have lots of options to choose from, but the best choices are membership. So you can have some sections of your e-commerce with restricted access and create membership plans in your store. And we also have multi-vendor, which you can use to turn your e-commerce store into a marketplace and earn commissions on orders generated by your vendors. And last, in the help tab, we're going to find a first step video to see how the plugin works and how to configure it, a link to the documentation so we can also read about it, a link to watch our video tutorials on YouTube, a link to check the frequently asked questions, and a link to submit a ticket in case you need help from our developers. Okay, so now that we have seen all of these settings and sections included in the plugin, we can move on to the actual process of creating a watermark. We have two options for this. We can go to watermarks and create global watermarks to apply to several products, or we can go to a product edit page in products and apply a specific watermark to a specific product. Let's see how to add global watermarks first. So let's go to watermarks. Before moving on, let me remind you to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that bell down below so you know every time we publish a new video. Now, let's continue. I don't have any created yet. As soon as you start creating watermarks, you're going to find them here. So first thing we need to do is click on Add Watermark, and we're going to find two options. We can either create a watermark from text or from a custom image. In this case, for the global watermark, we're going to create it from text. There we go. We can enter a name here to identify the watermark. I'm going to leave this text, watermark from text, and here's where we enter the text to create the watermark. I'm going to enter YITH, and then here you have the typography. Here you can select the font. We have these 6 options to choose from. I'm going to choose this one. Here you can set the color for this watermark. You can click here and pick the color here. Or if you happen to know the color code, you can enter it here. You can also choose the size here. Right now it's 30. We can rotate the text here. Let's rotate it 25 degrees. We can choose to show the text inside a box, to apply a box with the background color behind the text, If you enable it, you're going to be able to choose the padding and the background color for that box. Let's keep it disabled. And you can also repeat text. In this case, if we repeat it, instead of just saying YITH once, it's going to be repeated all over the image. If this option is disabled, we're going to be able to choose position and alignment of the text. And if it's enabled, then those options disappear. We'll keep it disabled for now. And let's set a middle position and the center alignment. And then we have an option to choose the margin. We have 10 pixels top, 10 pixels left. Here we can choose if we want to apply the watermark to all categories or only to specific categories. If you choose specific categories, you'll be able to enter those categories here. And here we can choose what images we want to apply this watermark to. If you click here, you're going to find the options here. And you can also just add all and start removing here by clicking on the cross. By adding all, I'm going to be applying the watermark to all of the images of all of the products because I have selected all categories. So that's archive pages, thumbnails, product page, and everything. So no one should find an image that does not have a watermark. But of course, if you want to only apply it to certain sections of your shop, you can enter them here. Now here we can preview the watermark. Let's see what we have so far. So that's the watermark we have. Remember, I rotated it 25 degrees. Now let's try repeating the text. And I'm going to preview watermark. And now you see the text is repeated. Let's disable that. And how about we change the typography color to white before saving the watermark to make sure it's visible on all the product images, even those that have darker colors. And let's just make it a bit bigger there. And now once it's all done, you can click on save and the watermark will be added to the watermarks list. Let's go back and here it is. It's not going to be applied automatically. You have to click here on applied to apply it to all of your product images. Keep in mind that in this process of applying the watermark, the plugin automatically creates a backup of all the product images and they are stored in a specific folder. So you will not lose those images. Once this is enabled and the watermarks are applied, you can click here to remove them and regenerate the thumbnails. Let's apply the watermark. Get this message, watermark, scheduling info, the watermark from text will be applied in the background. This is because that's the assignment mode I selected, scheduled instead of Ajax. Confirm. And we get this message. The watermarks are being applied in the background. The watermarks will be visible on all products at the end of the process, and we have the progress. While this is happening in the background, let's go back to the site. So you see I no longer have watermarks here. I've removed all of them so we could see this new watermark applied. This is because watermarks created at a product level override any global watermarks. So if you create watermarks for a specific product, then global watermarks will not be applied to that product. Now let's refresh. Great. So here we see the global watermark has been successfully applied to all product images. And if I go to any product page, we can see the watermark on this image as well, and also when hovering over the image. Now let's see how to create a watermark from a custom image, but let's do it by creating the watermark at a product level instead. Let's go back to the dashboard. To products, I'm going to select a product and let's scroll down and you can create and apply watermarks here in product data watermark. For example, let's say you're a photographer or a graphic designer and you publish samples or previous work so whoever visits your site knows what you have to offer. A great option to protect your images is adding a watermark with your logo, signature, or website. Let's add a watermark with the website. Let's go ahead and click on Add Watermark. Let's enter a name for this watermark. And here we can choose the type, image or textual. We're going to leave image selected. Then we can upload or choose the image we want to use for the watermark. Let's choose the image, select. There we go. Make sure to always upload images that will be visible on top of the product image. This product image has dark colors, so we're choosing a white image with a little bit of transparency. Then here we can enable this option to repeat the image. I'm not going to do that. We can set the scale to define what percentage of the product image this watermark will occupy. I want this to occupy the entire image, so it's going to be 100. Opacity is set to 100. Reducing it will make the image more transparent, but since I'm using an image that's already a bit transparent, I'm not going to change this. We can choose the position here. Let's choose middle position, center alignment. And here's where we decide what images to apply the watermark to. In this case, I'm going to apply it to the product page, not to the shop page or any other thumbnail. We can preview the watermark here. So that's what it's going to look like. Add watermark. We're applying the watermarks. Please wait. Let's move up, update, and let's go to the site. Okay, so here's the global watermark I applied first. Now let's refresh to see the new image watermark that overrides the global one. So here's the watermark. I only applied it to this product page image. If I hover over the image, you see it's not applied to this one. And if we go back to the shop, it's not there either. Now let's say we want to have this image watermark on the product page and then a different watermark on the shop. Let's see how to do that. Back to the dashboard. Let's scroll down and let's click on Add Watermark. We're going to name it first. Then we're going to leave image watermark selected. We're going to select the image. Let's say I want to add my signature or my logo so it's visible on the shop page. I'm going to select this image. Select. There we go. We're not going to repeat it. The scale is okay. The opacity is okay. Position is going to be bottom. And alignment is going to be right. And margin is going to be 10. And we're going to apply this watermark to archive pages. Let's preview the watermark. There it is. Great. That position is great for signatures. We're going to apply it. There we go. So now we have this watermark for the product page and the second watermark for archive pages. We're going to update. And now let's go back to the site. Refresh. Great. So here we can see the new image watermark, which I have applied only to this product image on archive pages. The rest of the images have the global watermark that I created first. And this is the only product that has a different watermark created at a product level. Let's go see the product page. And here we have the previous watermark we created. And that's it. That's how easy it is to create and apply watermarks to protect your product images. Okay, so that's how the plugin works. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please give this video a big thumbs up and we'll meet again for our next video.